President Donald Trump is being sued by practically everyone. Literally everyone, man. Costco kind of broke the news yesterday, practically went public and stated that it was going to sue the Trump administration because of tariffs. But we'll get into it a little more because there's a little more that we need to discuss. But before we get into that, I kind of want to show you guys just how many entities are suing President Donald Trump since the start of his presidency. So first we have here the NAACP, which, as you guys know, President Donald Trump has been implementing executive orders for some time now. And you can see that the NAACP and advocacy groups have been suing President Trump for the dismantling of the Department of Education. Another entity is the League of Women Voters. They're suing President Donald Trump as well. The National Urban League versus Trump, AIDS Foundation, immigrant rights advocates, civil and human rights organizations suing Trump over executive orders banning diversity, equity, and inclusion. Because as you guys know, President Donald Trump at the beginning of the year, he implemented an executive order banning DEI. Friends of the Earth have also filed a lawsuit against President Donald Trump. The National Immigrant Justice Center has also filed a lawsuit against President Donald Trump. The U.S. farm workers are also suing President Donald Trump. And as you guys know, the reason why is because President Donald Trump and his tariffs are not doing the farmers any good, as well as dismantling USAID and USDA, because farmers were actually one of the biggest contributors to these programs. And because President Donald Trump dismantled them, you know that their positions in the economy has suffered greatly. And now we've gotten to this position where Costco is now suing President Donald Trump. And not only Costco, but there are other entities as well, which we will discuss. Let's just watch the video and then we'll discuss further.
Another showdown between Costco and President Trump. This time not over politics, but over money. The retail giant suing the Trump administration for a full refund of the tariffs they've paid on imported goods under Trump's tariff plan.
My fellow Americans, this is Liberation Day.
The administration used the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, IEEPA for short, to put the tariffs in place. But now the Supreme Court will decide whether the use of this nearly 50-year-old law was unlawful. And if the High Court says yes, Costco wants its money back. And we're talking millions. Because IEEPA does not clearly authorize the president to set tariffs, Costco argues, the challenged tariff orders cannot stand, and the defendants are not authorized to implement and collect them. The White House says, quote, "The economic consequences of the failure to uphold President Trump's lawful tariffs are enormous, and this suit highlights that fact. The White House looks forward to the Supreme Court's speedy and proper resolution of the matter." That's because Trump's tariffs have so far brought in nearly $90 billion, according to U.S. Customs and Border Protection data through September. Costco is just the latest, but certainly not the only company looking for a big refund. Global cosmetics giant Revlon, motorcycle manufacturer Kawasaki, and canned food seller Bumblebee are among the companies filing similar suits.
So all of these companies are filing against President Donald Trump and his unlawful order of tariffs. And that's a pretty big deal because that's indicating that these guys are absorbing the impact of all of these tariffs, which means that you guys aren't paying for these tariffs. Not yet, but soon you guys will be, because the more this continues on, the more the prices are going to go up. And what's terrifying about this is that once these prices go up, I'm sure that food and fuel are prices that might end up coming down, but other prices such as electronics, phones, clothing, all of these other commodities are most likely going to remain high, and they're not going to come back down, because that's one of the consequences of tariffs. There's this concept when it comes to tariffs. It's called sticky prices. So these are sticky prices. Let me just introduce the concept to you guys. Sticky prices are connected because tariffs can lead to persistent price increases. So right now you guys aren't seeing that many prices increase, but slowly over the coming months or years, you're going to start seeing them slowly go up. Businesses are slow to pass on cost, delay raising prices due to uncertainty, or absorb costs for a period before raising prices. Tariffs can cause an inflationary impulse as they increase the cost of imported goods, and these higher costs often lead businesses to increase their prices, a trend that can take time to fully manifest. So the thing is that you guys are going to slowly see these prices go up. They go up, right? And it's been like 8 months after this point that you guys saw this video, 8 months or another year. And then after that year, these prices are going to remain high, right? And let's just say that within the next year, President Donald Trump says, all right, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and lift the tariffs. So the tariffs have been terminated. These companies can now return back to their normal operations. The thing is that some of these prices are not going to go back down. There's a real risk that these prices are going to remain high. And they're going to stay like that. And the reason why is because of the new psychology that has been established. And when I say psychology, the psychology I'm referring to is the people psychology. So now that these companies have recognized that you guys are willing to pay that price, these companies are not going to want to bring the costs down. Instead, they're going to keep the prices at that level because you guys are willing to pay for it. And no amount of people that say we're gonna boycott this company if they don't lower it, doesn't work like that, because you guys know that when you guys try to organize a movement, the movement doesn't gain much attraction because not everybody wants to do their part. And if you guys try to start a movement like that, you know damn sure that there's gonna be other Americans that are gonna say, oh, these guys just want free handouts, these guys want everything handed to them, these guys don't want to work. That's what they're gonna say. They're gonna say stuff like that. And you guys are never going to be able to bring these prices down. So the fact that there's still going to be people going over to purchase these prices, and every other retailer is going to be selling that commodity for that same exact price or somewhere within that price, you're not going to find another location where you can find a very cheap iPhone. And then lastly, I want to show you guys this video of like this woman that says that she stands with Trump and that she's probably going to leave Costco because of this new lawsuit. So let me show you guys.
Are you a Costco member? If so, how are you feeling about this? Costco has just filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration, claiming that their tariff is unlawful. They would like a full refund.
And another quick trade-related note, one of the biggest retail chains in the United States, Costco, is suing the Trump administration over tariffs. Costco is the latest company to launch legal action against Trump's signature economic policy. It's asking the Court of International Trade to consider declaring the use of an emergency measure to collect the tariffs unlawful, and is seeking a full refund if the Supreme Court strikes down the tariffs. The top court is currently reviewing the case.
So guys, what are your thoughts on this? As for myself, I'm an executive card holder at Costco. Will I be running to Costco to cancel my membership anytime soon? Probably not. Why? Because I'm expecting a refund. And when I do get my refund, that is when I'm going to cancel my membership. What are your thoughts, and what are you going to do with your Costco membership?
Okay, so first off, you're not the one who's getting the refund. Costco's the one that's getting the refund. Your refund has already been refunded. Every single time you've gone to go purchase something at Costco, you were never paying tariffs to begin with. So you're not going to get any refund. The refund is going to go to Costco if they win this lawsuit. But if they lose it, there is no refund. And guess what? Those prices, they end up going up. And the next time that you go and visit Costco, you're going to be paying those tariffs. And again, I just kind of want to mention this. Costco's not doing this because, you know, they're doing it for the moral good or altruistic reasons. That's not the reason why they're mitigating these costs on the consumers. The reason why they're doing it is because they don't want to lose you guys. So they're mitigating these costs, which if you guys don't know what mitigating means, it means having the effect of making something bad less severe, serious, or painful. So the fact that they're paying these tariffs for you guys, it's making it a lot less painful on your wallet. But once they lose this lawsuit, they're going to have to increase those prices. It may not be a very sharp increase, but there's going to be a gradual increase of these prices over time. So no, you're not getting a refund. The refund's going to Costco. And I know that there's people here that are saying that they're going to get a refund. It's not because they're stupid, because I'm uninformed at times, and sometimes I misinterpret the details and the information. But I can tell you right now that no, you're not going to get the refund. People up in here who are saying that they want their refund, you guys aren't getting refunds. Costco's the one that's going to get the refunds because they're the ones who are paying the cost. They're the ones absorbing the cost. So yeah, I kind of wanted to show you guys that, kind of talk to you guys about how everybody is suing President Donald Trump and how this Costco situation is going to get out of hand if they end up losing this court case, or this lawsuit. But yeah, you guys let me know what you guys think about that. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys.